Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB N300 Touring Series. This is round 5, race 1 from Dragon Trail Gardens. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB N300 Touring Series here on GTSport. This is round 5 of the series here at Dragon Trail Gardens. So this is going to be an epic race. Let's take you to the grid. So it is Cyrex on pole position. He is in the M3 this time, so no surprise the M3 is at the top with Twerdy second. We've got TY third in the Crown Athlete this time, with Scott in his Crown Athlete in 4th place. Bidster's in the Civic Type R in 5th place, with Firepower 6th in the BMW. That's the lowest grid position we've seen for an M3, but again, Firepower will hopefully do quite well in the race with that car. Neil Farmack 7th in the Genesis, with Nifty Dark Ninja in the Focus in 8th place. Then we have Techno in 9th in the TT. Pash 10th in the Megane. Then it's Unforgiven 11th in the Genesis, with Will in 12th in the Ford Focus at the back of the grid. So then, let's crack on then with race 1 here from Dragon Trail. 10 laps of the Dragon Trail Garden Circuit. Red lights on the tree at the top, and we're ready for the off here at Dragon Trail. Green, and we are off, and the front wheel drive scramble for grip, and Techno gets a brilliant start in the Audi as we go down towards the first corner. But remember, the BMWs and Crown Athletes, once they get up to speed, they will go, and Cyrex leads into turn 1. Twerdy second, TY third, Scott giving a little nudge in 4th in the monster car, into the right, into the left-hander. Firepower on the inside of these boys now, brakes early, doesn't really go for the gap. Techno around the outside in the Audi. What a start from the Audi driver. The 4-wheel drive really paying off here as he makes Firepower go sideways. Bidster's on the outside in the Trafficate's car, and Firepower hits the curb and goes backwards here. Bidster gets on the power in the Honda and just disappears from Techno. Meanwhile, up front, it's a bit of a zoomed in camera that, but we can't do anything about it, guys, unfortunately. There's Cyrex, Twerdy, they're at the front, then it's TY, Scott, Bidster, then everyone else at the back. Unforgiven, Neil, Techno, and everyone else alongside each other as the Audi goes for a big slide, and everyone else trying to get through the corner at the hairpin. Firepower gets muscled out, and he's gone further back. There's Unforgiven in the Hyundai in 8th place. Neil Farmack in 6th in the Hyundai. He's ahead just ahead of his teammate in the Audi, who had a brilliant start but just ended up going backwards once he hit the straight. There's Pash and the Renault. They're in the Megane for Pash. A lot of varied cars in this one, not really anyone choosing a specific car, so a lot of blend in the field, which is good to see. So Scott then goes around the right-hander in the Crown Athlete. We've got Bidster chasing him down in the Honda. Bidster the only Honda on the grid, I think. Let's have a look. I think the only Honda on the grid. Yes, he is. So plenty of focuses as well. As there's Will in 11th. Unfortunately, Thundercats can't be with us this time after winning his first race out last time. Unfortunately, not well again. But it can't be helped as we go into the hairpin. Pash on the inside of Unforgiven, who slides his way around in that Hyundai, absolutely sliding himself wide in the Laser Tools car, and then Nifty Dark Ninja comes alongside in the Focus, and the Focus should have the top end speed over the Hyundai as we go over the start finish line, and he does, and he's going to try and get Pash as well into turn 1, but Pash is in the Megane. The Megane's probably the best front wheel drive around the corners, and it shows because he holds on to the position very easily there indeed. Further up, there's Neil Farmack and Techno there together. Bidster's catching up to Scott here. Bidster doing all he can in the front wheel drive to catch up to the rear wheel drive Crown Athlete. Goes for the cut back over the curb, gets on the power, and off on the power he goes. Now these two are very equal in a straight line here, but Scott just having the edge, I think, down the straight. Bidster trying to keep his nose in there for the hairpin. He's just trying to keep his nose in there. Brake. The front end of the Honda sits down, and there is no way through past Scott in the Crown Athlete just yet. Further up front, TY is starting to catch Twerdy and Cyrex in the two BMWs. The Crown Athlete catching the BMWs. This is not in the script. The BMW is supposed to be the fastest car out there, but TY is saying, I don't care, I'm just going to go and chase him down. And he's in the spoon liveried car when it's actually a Crown Athlete, so we just have a little zoom in there and have a look at his car. There's Twerdy in the more power baby car, and then we have Cyrex running very wide in a plain blue car. So Cyrex running very wide there, not good, doesn't want to do that too often. There's TY sliding his way through the apex. There's Scott, Bidster, Neil Farmack closing on the back of these boys now. Neil Farmack closing up to the back of Bidster in the Honda. Techno goes wide in the Audi, and he's going to lose speed there. Nifty and Pash together through the right-hander. I don't know how much they were alongside each other, but Pash looks like he's got a decent run here. But again, the focus on the straight will be faster. But then Pash into the hairpin in the Renault. Should hold on, but now Nifty runs wide. He's going to come back on, but he has run over the white line, so he does have to give up the position. But now he's right behind in the draft, and he should be able to get the position back on the straight, and he does. But Pash moves out to defend. No, you are going the long way around, he says. You are going that way, I'm going this way. The two rivals go alongside each other. Nifty on the outside, Pash on the inside, break into the corner, the back end of the car, steps out. Pash does a massive step out in the Megane. I would imagine the Ford Focus would do that more than the Megane, but unfortunately for Pash, Nifty's on the inside and he's gone through. And just ahead, we saw the other Jaffa-Cates car making progress. Bidster's got past Scott, and Neil now is on the back of the Crown Athlete in the Hyundai. So a really good job there by Neil Farmer. It looks like Scott's struggling. He's just picked up a little penalty there for track limits as well, and I know it zoomed in there, but I didn't even press the button to do it, so weird. Oh, we've got a car off at the hairpin. Car off at the hairpin. Cyrex has gone off. Cyrex has spun round in the BMW, and Twirly's waiting for him, so there must have been contact. So the Crown Athlete of TY takes the lead after doing the fastest lap as well. Cyrex back in second. Twirly's then back to fourth after being super generous, but something definitely happened there. We'll get that in the replays at the end, but possible contact then between Twirly and Cyrex. And with how Twirly waited for him, it must have been Twirly's fault, but he's now sliding his way around. He's annoyed at himself, and he's going to have to try and get himself back up there now, but he's got Bidster and the Honda in front of him as Scott gets rid of that penalty down the hill. Good strategic plan there by Scott to get rid of the penalty there. And then Nifty and Pash are still at it, bang bang, wheel to wheel. Have that. How there's any door mirrors left on them cars, I don't know, because they're still making contact with each other. Nifty round the outside, not giving up, runs wide over the curb, and Unforgiven's on the back of this saying, come on boys, take each other out, that'd be really helpful. But into the hairpin we go. And further on, we've got Bidster and Twirly together as well. But further back, Nifty and Pash. The battle for 8th place still resumes, and Pash goes on the inside, and Unforgiven goes bang. I want that, not you. And Nifty gets a little bit of a break, but he does run wide. And now they're all at it again. This is madness. But Unforgiven tucks into the draft because they know the Focus is faster, so they're sticking in the draft of the Focus, trying to pull up to it. Further ahead, Scott in 5th place. He's still not caught Bidster, but Twirly's past Bids now. Twirly's past Bids in the overpowered M3, but remember, you can only run it once in the season, so he's got his chance to use it. He needs to use it now while he can. Cyrex is second. Is he catching TY? 51.9 for TY's fastest lap of the race, 52.0 for Cyrex, but obviously 57 last time round because of the incident with Twirly that we didn't see, but presume it was Twirly's fault because of how he let him go. With Bidster there, just slightly locking up the brakes. Into the hairpin. Scott 5th, Neil 6th, 12. Techno still sliding that Audi. You won't think that Audi would be 4-wheel drive with the way he's chucking it round. Nifty still holds on to 8th place, but a bit of a cut on the inside there. He's got to be careful not to cut the corner too much, otherwise a penalty could flag up. But Pash and Unforgiven right behind him, still following him all the way. There's Firepower in 11th, and Will back in 12th, not enjoying the Focus, but he's got to run it at least once in the championship. So the Invisible Glass car back down in 12th, unfortunately, and you never know, he might be able to get up for the next few races. We'll see. Never say never. Meanwhile, Pash and Nifty are still at it. Nifty defends the inside, and Pash again wanted to try and get on the inside of him. Unforgiven right behind the both of them as well, just trying to keep them both under pressure. Pash using the Megane's strength of getting into the apex and trying to get on the inside of him, but can't do it. Nifty will now pull away on the straight, and Unforgiven's going to go for whoever's draft's working best. Pash then goes to the inside. Will he go for the move on the inside? Will he dive for it? He is, he's going for it on the inside, but Nifty holds on round the outside, places the car perfectly, just leaves that little bit of extra room for Pash to stick his nose in there, but he knows that the Focus now has its advantage, and now he'll pull away from the Renault, and the Renault will have to probably tuck into the draft as we go down the straight. Oh no, the Megane's got some legs on it. The Megane has found its legs into the left-hander. Well, Firepower's now back in this now in the Subaru. He's in the Subaru. That's a very funny looking Subaru. Sorry, BMW. I don't know where I got Subaru from, guys, but I do apologise. Yeah, that was a very weird one. I must like Subarus too much. I must automatically think every car's a Subaru. So Pash then passes Nifty in the Focus. So the Renault goes ahead of the Focus, and we go now down to the headpin. But look, This is where Nifty will close up with that focus, give that focus a draft, and it will catch up. But it's not quite got the touring power. Meanwhile, further ahead, Techno taking the rather grassy scenic route there. And meanwhile, Pash now defending from Nifty. This is the battle of the race so far, guys. Pash holding on to Nifty now. But Unforgiven right behind Nifty now. He's putting some pressure on. Firepower in the BMW. Yes, I got it right this time. He's still behind all these lot. Further up front, we've got TY now. Under pressure from Cyrex, who does a 51 flat on lap 4. Right back on it after the mistake or the incident. And now he's right behind TY. Challenging for the lead. He goes to the outside of the Crown Athlete, trying to use the BMW speed. But again, the Crown Athlete's no slouch on the straight. That's why it was popular on the ovals. Into the left-hander. This is where the BMW has its advantage with the corner in. See the Toyota just, the Crown Athlete just rolling in the corners. And Cyrex then right behind him in the draft. The battle still rages on. Scott and Bidster are still battling for 4th and 5th as well. As Bidster then has to succumb to the Crown Athlete, and they're still battling hard. There's Neil Farmack and Techno, the two Skittles cars, the Hyundai and the Audi, 6th and 7th. And Pash holds on to 8th place still, but Nifty and Unforgiven are still right behind, and Firepower not enjoying this BMW, not quite suiting him in this one, which is not going to be good for the championship, because he needs to make the most of this BMW now while he can, because BMW is the best car on track, but he's unfortunately not able to get to grips with it at the moment, and neither is Will with the Focus. But even though he's sliding that very nicely into the first corner, a bit of oversteer, but a bit of grass cutting, but it's okay. Focus did make a good rally car, as meanwhile Nifty and Pash alongside each other again. Bang, door handle to door handle. Nifty down gets the inside for the left-hander. Pash runs wide with the momentum, and now look, he's bringing Unforgiven with him. Unforgiven says now's the time to attack. But now look, the Hyundai just doesn't have the straight line speed. He's in the draft of Pash though. He's trying to pull himself alongside, but he's on the wrong side of the track for the hairpin. Pash comes across. No, you don't. To defend the inside line from Nifty, who takes a hell of a lot of grass there. And then he tries to get the power on in the front wheel drive, but Unforgiven uses the rear wheel drive. The traction of the Hyundai gets him out the corner first and gets him into 9th place. That's 1 down, 1 to go for Unforgiven. He's going to try his best, but Nifty Dark Ninja will not leave him alone. Into the complex section, Pash and Unforgiven taking tighter lines into the left-hander, which makes Nifty Dark Ninja close right up now. But he has to lift, I think. He had to lift because both cars were on the line when he was there. And Nifty to the inside of Unforgiven, sees a gap, chucks the Jaffa Focus in there. Absolutely going for it here. What a move there from Nifty Dark Ninja, but Unforgiven's going to try and hold on to it. Firepower's on this as well now. Could be 3 wide towards the hairpin. Incredible. Into the hairpin we go. Oh, we're going to go up the little rise into the braking zone. Unforgiven and Firepower, little contact there. Into the corner, and Firepower is muscled out. There is no way through past these boys. He's going to have to wait for the straight. Unforgiven runs wide though. That's not going to help him onto the straight with the traction, and Firepower now should be able to easily get past. Further up front, Bidster and Scott still battling hard. Bidster in front of Scott now in the Honda. Still battling hard up here. Meanwhile, for the lead, Cyrex has now took the lead off TY, inevitably, with the BMW being the better car, and TY having to settle for second now. But can Twerdy catch up to them both? 51.6 for Twerdy and a 53.5 for TY. So it could be done. Bidster 4th, Scott 5th, Neil 6th, Techno in 7th, and then we've got Pash, Nifty and Unforgiven still trying to pick who wants to be 8th. And Pash runs a bit wide out the corner, and Nifty goes through on the inside a little bit. Again, more contact on the straight. These guys really love to make contact. Pash dives straight back to the inside, trying to make his opponent look in his mirrors and trying to put him off, but Unforgiven go, oh! I thought Unforgiven went wide. Wow, I thought Unforgiven went wide. Nifty went really wide there, and he's now lost 2 positions. Or can he get the power on and go around the outside of Unforgiven to get the inside for the right-hander? He's going to try. He's on the outside, he's on the tight line now, he has to brake. And Unforgiven does the cutback straight through. Thank you very much, I'll take that back. And Firepower's like, wait for me guys, I want to try and get involved in this as well. But unfortunately can't do anything. So Pash this time, going through the right-hander, has Unforgiven on his backside, not Nifty Dark Ninja, so he gets a little break from Nifty, and just understeering, see the front wheel drive just struggling to make the corner, and the Hyundai perfectly planted around the corners. But now comes the straight where the front wheel drives will pull away a little bit, and Firepower will probably go past them both. Further up, Bidster, Scott, Neil Farmax catching up to these two again. and Techno's on the back of these as well. There's Twerdy trying to catch up to TY, and TY's actually staying with Cyrex very well. Actually, he's only 4/10 of a second off the lap time of Cyrex last time round, so that's pretty good going for TY. We'll have to watch out for that later on in the race. But the battle that we've seen all race is between Pash, Unforgiven, Nifty, and now Firepower joining in on this as well. In the BMW, looking for the inside line, but no, can't do it. Nifty goes around the outside of the Hyundai. I don't think that's going to work unless he can perform a miracle. But he's getting a run on the outside. I'm not sure if that's going to work. Breaking into the chicane. No, doesn't work. Unforgiven holds on in the rear-wheel drive Hyundai. Pash has gone to the inside. He's going to get a bad run out of the corner, but Unforgiven has nowhere to go because the Renault sits on the racing line and there is nowhere for that Hyundai to go. Further up front, Scott has passed Bidster into 4th place. Bidster now on the back of him, trying to stick with the Crown Athlete here. Twerdy's still sliding that BMW everywhere, and TY still keeping Cyrex in sight. Hats off to TY in the Crown Athlete. Not the best car around this circuit, but again, well, compared to the BMW, that is. But Cyrex then under pressure from TY. Scott under pressure from the Honda of Bidster, the only Honda in the race. So choosing different to everyone else, see if he can trump anyone. The number 1, Bidster, the last season's champion. And it looks like he's going to be having a bit of a challenge this season. It looks like anyone could beat him. Further back, Unforgiven has passed Pash. Unforgiven in the Hyundai goes into 8th place, and Pash and Firepower and then open to 9th and 10th, and Nifty's gone down to 11th, so Firepower has passed Nifty. Nifty's gone off a 57.6 last time round, so he's had some kind of an off somewhere, and Nifty's gone off as Firepower then looks for a way past Pash, as we go into the last double apex hairpin. You've got to get one apex right for the other one, and no, Nifty's lost his mojo now. And he's gone even further back, he's run wide. And one thing I've noticed with Nifty, once he makes one mistake, he gets really down with himself and he really starts going backwards. He really finds it hard to find his momentum back. So he just needs to try and keep it cool. Just, yes, you made a mistake, but forget about it. Move on. Try and get back up the field. Focus on what you can do in the last 2 laps, not what you could have done. Try and keep the head positive, Nifty. Scott in 4th, Bidster 5th, right behind him now. Bidster looking for a move. Scott defends the inside line, feeling as though Bidster's a threat. He's got to defend the inside in the Crown Athlete. Bidster will go for the cutback here with the Honda, but the front wheel drive will not get the power down very well. But it's got a lot of power to give actually. So here we go. He's got a lot of power to give in that Honda. He's on the inside, wheel to wheel, side by side, mirror to mirror. Into the right-hander, Bidster goes for the cutback on the inside, he gets it on the inside, but Scott now's on the inside for the next one. Can Bidster hold on around the outside? He's going to try, and now he's got the inside for the right-hander down the hill. He does the shuffle into the right-hander. Bidster goes through, Scott tries to turn in, but there's a Honda there. So Scott tries to turn in, there's a Honda there, but now he goes for the cutback. Bidster's going to run wide in the front wheel drive, and Scott goes straight back through. Neil Farmack's watching this with great intent, thinking, let's try and get involved in this. So Scott holds on, good racing there by both drivers, both giving each other really good racing room. Into the hairpin we go then. Bidster goes to the inside, looks for the inside line, taps Scott into the braking zone and goes down the inside. And a bit of a forceful move there really, but again, I suppose it's racing. And Bidster was on the inside and Scott did turn in, but again, that'll probably be considered a racing incident, but we'll have to get that in a different angle later on. Onto the last lap goes everyone else, and Unforgiven, Pash, Firepower and Nifty are all still at it. Unforgiven holds on in the Hyundai in 8th place so far. Bidster now runs wide at the first corner and Scott goes back down the inside into the chicane. Side by side. Bidster's got the advantage into the right, but can Scott hold on for the advantage into the left? No, he can't, but now Bidster has to do the Tosh's curb because he went a bit too deep, but he holds on because Scott did the exact same thing. Meanwhile at the front, Cyrex holds on at the front. Can he hold on for the last half of the lap? There's TY in the Crown Athlete, then Twerdy, 3rd in the BMW. Scott to the inside of Bidster, looking to get 4th place back again, uses the rear-wheel drive traction at the corner, but Bidster gets the power down in the Honda. Scott tapping Bidster now, tapping each other. Really hard racing this. into the right hand down. Bidston almost hits the grass there on the inside. Bidston now to slow the car down so he doesn't hit Scott on the outside. Scott goes through. Neil Farmack still looking to try and take advantage here. Further back, Unforgiven, Pash, Firepower and Nifty are all still at it. Pash and Unforgiven really close. Nifty having to go at Firepower. I don't know who to look at next. Scott slides the Crown Athlete through the right-hander. Neil's on the back of the Honda now, but at the front of the grid it is Cyrex who's going to take victory in the M3. Cyrex takes victory here at race 1. Well done, Cyrex. TY in second place in the Crown Athlete. What a drive from TY. Twerdy in third in the BMW. Oh, he should have really got second in that one, but TY got ahead after the incident between Twerdy and Cyrex. Meanwhile, Scott, Bidster and Neil all together out the last corner, and Scott's going to take fourth with Bidster in fifth and Neil Farmack in sixth place. All in that order, because Hyundai hasn't got the power to pass the Honda on the straight. There we go. Techno in seventh, and not a nice average finish for him. And at the last corner, it's all happened. Pash has been pushed out. Unforgiven is in 8th place. Nifty then 9th. Pash 10th. Don't know whether he got pushed or shoved or whatever, but he's down in 11th. So it's going to be Unforgiven from Nifty, Pash and Firepower as we come across the line there. And then Will is going to round off the 12 finishers. What a race that was. Some epic battles, epic stuff. And we will now get the replays in of the race, followed by the results. And now let's go and look back at some of the best action from race 1. Okay, here's the first of the replays then. On board with Firepower, everyone into the hairpin together. You see the two Skittles cars run wide. Then Firepower just taps the back of Pash, and that's why he slowed down to let them all go through, and then he went sort of further to the back. And now here's a replay on board with TY. Look at what happened between Twerdy and Cyrex on lap 3. We're going down to the hairpin. Watch Twerdy's car in front. We brake. It doesn't look like we brake at a reasonable time, but all of a sudden his car just doesn't stop. He just goes to the inside. Bang! Hits Cyrex. It's like he was aiming for him, but I don't think Twerdy would do anything like that. He does wait for him, and TY runs away, and Twerdy then just completely stops his car while Cyrex goes through, and then Twerdy gets going again. He should have really stayed more to the left, because now he's just going to obstruct traffic as Bidster has to go to the outside there. Just needs to keep his eyes open a bit more, I think. And now here's a replay on board with Unforgiven for some of the contact that happened on lap 3 at the last corner, the double apex hairpin. Into the corner, we brake. Nifty's on the inside of Pash. Nifty goes quite wide. Pash goes to the undercut, but then Unforgiven's already got an undercut on Pash. They all come together really as a racing incident. They all come together and then they all get going again. Okay, now here's a replay. What happened to Nifty Not Ninja for him to go right to the back of this pack? On lap 8 down to the hairpin with brake very, very late. He's not going to stop the car. Into the corner, he just misses Pash. Well, he doesn't miss Pash, he actually hits him, but he does his best to try and avoid Pash. It all happens, they all hit each other, and Nifty then gets going, but by the time he's got going in the front wheel drive, they are all past him. And now here's the final replay. This is what happened to Pash on the last corner. He goes for the dive on Unforgiven, brakes late on the inside, but just brakes way too late, can't stop the car, goes very wide. Unforgiven just avoids the back of him, and then as if he joins, Nifty then goes in front of him as well, and Nifty sneaks past. He's already got past Firepower on the previous corner, and makes his way back up to 9th. Pash then ends up down in 10th, with Unforgiven making the most of that in 8th. Okay guys, as we come back from the replays, we will now go and look at the race results of race 1. So it is Cyrex who wins in the M3. Well done to Cyrex, fantastic win for him. TY second in his Crown Athlete. Twerdy finishes third in his BMW with Scott fourth in the Crown Athlete. Fifth is Bidster in the Civic Type R with Neil Farmack sixth in the Genesis. Seventh for Techno in his TT with Unforgiven eighth in his Genesis. Nifty Dark Ninja ninth in the Focus with the Megane of Pash in 10th. Then we have Firepower 11th in his M3. And Will 12th in his Focus. Fastest lap of the race goes to Cyrex on a 1:51.0. So as we come back from that then, there is your winner, Cyrex in the BMW there. Well done to Cyrex. A fantastic win from TY there in the background in second place. So well done to Cyrex. He recovered after the little incident with Twerdy and got ahead in and took it and ran away in the BMW, which is what most BMWs have done this season. So well done to Cyrex. Fantastic win. And we will see you all next time for race 2, which I can tell you it's going to be just the same amount of drama as this one. We'll see you over there for race 2, guys. Take care. Thank you all for watching race 1 there from Dragon Trail Gardens. Hope you enjoyed that one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Every single one of those really does help us out. And next time it's going to be race 2 from Dragon Trail Gardens. More action from the backyard of Dragon Trail. We will see you then.